A healthy correction in the market. Some may even say this was overdue, but a pullback nevertheless to around 67.5k. What does this mean for Bitcoin? Why has everyone gone even more bullish than ever? And Bitcoin about to be globally adopted. We're going to break down all of it in this video, I guess, and why I'm super bullish on this week. I have some huge news that you have to see. With that being said, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the latest in this bull market right here on the 2Bit Crypto channel. With that being said, let's get into the video. So the market took a little bit of a dip. Now that's completely normal when we get into the bull market cycle. 2% corrections are fine. 10% corrections we've even seen before. But I guess what was the reason? If you understand the reason, then it becomes a bit more palatable than if you don't. And I guess a lot of people right now are in this euphoric stage. We expect Bitcoin. Everyone's talking about six figures. ETF flows are absolutely off the scale, and we'll take a look at those in just a minute. But we have seen such a big price rise that it was always going to happen, over nearly 8% on the last week. And the fundamentals though of the market suggest that we might see a little bit of a correction. This is bullish. The reason why, it allows people a better entry point than they may well have not got before. But ultimately, it's all good on the macro sentiment. So market sentiment right now is feeling very good. We see a bullish cross ultimately on the hot zone on the short term. So what does this mean? Short-term trades are starting to hold. Long-term, we already know, we talked about that in my live stream, they are holding the floor, if you will, and absolutely they are dialed into what's coming with the market. Now, the way to, that I look at the market and understand how bullish we've got is to see the macro side of things. What's happening in the wider picture? Well, Bitcoin seems to be going global. In fact, Bitcoin heading to a pretty big event over in Austin. Let's take a look at this.
Time when crypto-friendly banks in the U.S. were going under during the global banking crisis, and as a mix of digital asset firms were winding their way through bankruptcy court as their former executives were in a mix of U.S. criminal courts. Now, back then, the Mercedes F1 team had also just had its FTX sponsorship collapse as that exchange was revealed to be a multi-billion-dollar fraud. But 18 months later, crypto prices are rebounding. A lot of those outstanding cases have been resolved, and crypto's regained a bit of its reputation among banks and businesses. Just ahead of the race in Austin, Kraken announced that it was extending its partnership with Williams. The exchange tells me that it sees real potential to expand its user base by tapping into F1's fan base.
Our key growth audience is here. They're F1 fans. F1 is probably one of the fastest growing sports in the world. There's Drive to Survive. There's a number of different things that have just exploded this sport over the past couple of years.
So Formula One, some may even say the sport of the Playboys, absolutely aligned to cryptocurrency. More than that, the SEC going after Kraken a while back, they are out there. They are absolutely making this happen. And this obviously is good news for everyone related to Bitcoin. You only have to take a look at the miners, for example. And we touched on this yesterday. Mining power is reaching an all-time high. Why is this relevant? Well, more people are on a mad dash. People are trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as they possibly can because they know exactly what's coming. So you've got miners opening mining farms, turning powers on, absolutely breaking all-time records with hash rate so that they can have a piece of the puzzle. And there is two main reasons why. This being the first, Russian crypto miner is coming. We talked about yesterday, predictions or rumors are it's going to be the 1st of November that Russia will legalize the ability not only to trade, but to once again mine cryptocurrency. History tells us when it comes to Russia, they generally get in just before the big market run. But BitRiver is looking to ultimately enhance their AI power as well as using bricks to get into crypto mining. In fact, this is going to be a big deal. They are absolutely turning huge power on, and they are looking to create a Russian sovereign fund around that BRICS conference in Moscow. So I think this is really important. Quote, together with the Russia Direct Investment Fund, we will focus on creating infrastructure based on mining, building data centers and connecting them to necessary capabilities to make it possible to deploy and implement projects related to AI. So we know Russia wants to come in. They're going to have the AI narrative as well as building on the back of that BRICS partnership. If you haven't seen any of my XRP videos, you definitely should check that out. This is the first one, and this is a big one, by the way. And you could add China into the mix, but we don't really have much more from them. The second one is this. These are today's inflows for ETFs. Just look at the amount of Bitcoin being purchased. iShares buying over 1,000 Bitcoin again. ARC21 with Kathy Wood, 1784. Grayscale, the ultimate bear when it comes to ETFs, buying 675 Bitcoin. In fact, there are pretty much no ETFs that haven't bought Bitcoin over the course of the last 24 hours. $1.92 billion in volume. Understand, this is why we are seeing mining power increase. This is why we are seeing long-term holders holding. This is why short-term holders right now are holding on as well, because they are absolutely aligned to what's coming in the not so distant future. You can even look at the trade markets and understand lots of leverage is going long on the market. Even with this correction, people believe we are absolutely set for an uptrend. And I talked about it in my video yesterday that I thought this week was going to be crazy, yet again driven by those ETFs. In fact, we hear the VanEck CEO talking about 30% of his net worth currently in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency assets. Very, very interesting indeed, especially given the demand of their ETF. In fact, VanEck knocking in a substantial 381 BTC today. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin price, and it's very, very interesting. So the pattern that we've been talking about now forever, Bitcoin holding around 67,769. Let's just zoom in a little bit and look at exactly what happened. We got the break that we were all waiting for, this downward channel that broke on that W pattern. Once again, though, the correction, and it's a slightly bigger one than we may expect, to come down and retest this line. What's important here is it looks like the close on the daily, bearing in mind there's about 2 hours left, will finish above this line. This is incredibly bullish. Now, what does that look like for the rest of the week? My prediction is I think we're going to start to see this uptrend. I actually believe 70K is on the cards for a retest this week. When you look at the macro side of things on the monthly candles, then we are still aligned to this break that we're looking for. We've been talking about it for a while. This descending channel, this history repeating itself, this is what we're looking for, this break above 72,000. We need to get there in stages. Even when you look at the previous moves on the monthly candles, you can see that. But what we can do, and what is absolutely correlating, is look, 2 green candles, we're seeing the monthly candles starting to print. Bitcoin, in my opinion, looking incredibly bullish. So as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below of all of this. But we've got big institutional money coming in. We've got absolute sports centers and people with lots of money looking at this. At the same time, there is a demand that cannot be serviced simply by the daily amount of mining. Remember, 450 Bitcoin a day are what is produced. Well, in alone, iShares bought twice that amount in just one day. Think about it. Bitcoin is about to go crazy. It could even be towards the end of this week. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you enjoy these Bitcoin update videos, let me know in the comments. It massively helps out the channel, motivates me to bring you the greatest content there is, and also hit that like button. Let's smash some all-time highs. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. Just do it. It takes 2 seconds. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back for tomorrow's video. See you soon. Bye-bye.